Hello, and welcome to Tai Chi Qigong. We're going to practice a form called Shibashi. This means 18, and the form will be there are 18 movements, and each movement will be repeated 6 to 12 times. The key thing about Qigong is to remain relaxed at all times, soften the body, soften the arms and soften the muscles. We're basically working with the postural muscles. Second, to quieten your mind, to allow the mind to focus perhaps on the breath coming in through your nose and out through your nose, maybe to focus on the gentleness of the movement, even to feeling the air passing in between your fingers and the temperature on the skin. Just stay thinking about what's happening to you at this moment in time. And thirdly, moving gently, openly stretching gently the arms to about 70 or 80% of your range and coming in, but being able to feel the opening of the joints and the stretching and gentle movements of the body. Mostly we're moving from the center, from our stomach, or as we say in Tai Chi Qigong, from our dantian. So movements generated from the middle of the body, moving outwards all the time. Most of the time, keeping your knees facing forwards, feet about shoulder width apart, relaxed and soft shoulders, head straight, looking straight ahead. And imagine as though you're gently about to sit on a bar stool, and so your knees will be slightly flexed, just enough to feel a little bit of tension in your thighs. So as we begin to prepare for our Shibashi, give it a little warm-up, shake up. Begin to position yourself, feet shoulder width apart, soft shoulders, and feel as though your tailbone is sinking down towards the floor, arms hanging down either side. Quieten your mind. Begin to breathe slowly through the nose and out through the nose, calming down. As we begin, we raise the arms to about shoulder height. We come down with the elbows leaning, softly, breathing in and breathing out, whole body movement, sinking down, allowing the weight to sink down through your thighs, through your legs and feet. And breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. A new move coming. So breathing in, and your fingers turn to face each other, and the arms open out. Feel the bounce in your shoulders, elbows and wrists. Breathing out as you come down. Whole body movement, breathing in, rising like the morning sun. And breathing out, the end of the day, time to go home. Breathing in and breathing out, retreating. Breathing in, energy rising, strong, opening. Breathing out, retreating, calming, reflecting. New move coming. Your right arm goes above your head and you look down to the left. You ease over and you move over. Right. Each time you're leaning away from the outstretched arm and the weight is going down into your weighted foot. The transition simply comes from shifting the weight from one leg to the other. Seek the softness in the movement. Breathing in, new movement. Arms come down, turn and scoop up. Breathing out as you come down. Breathing in, rising. Breathing out, falling. Feeling the tug of gravity as you allow your arms to sink down. Whole body movement. Breathing in. And breathing out. Whole body movement. The whole body rises. Opens. Whole body collapses and closes. Breathing in, breathing out. New movement coming. Both arms rise. One arm drops, returns, both palms rise up, and the back arm comes towards your ear and pushes out. The other arm drops, turns, both palms up, and turns as it pushes out. You're turning on the waist. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. You move coming, both arms fall to your side, move behind you and then come forward and straight down. Soft shoulders and allow your shoulders to hunch. Keep your shoulders soft and flat. Only rising your hands as much as you feel able. Don't overstretch. Breathing in and breathing out. Whole body motion. The whole body rises, torso, legs, knees, arms, and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. In this movement, we simply turn and both heels slightly come off the ground in synchronicity to the final part of the movement, almost as though you're releasing a bird into the air. This is a balancing move. You're right on the edge of your balance. Calm your mind. Seek the softness in the movement. Breathing out. Breathing in. New move coming. So now the arm comes up and takes hold of a ball. You turn around, one arm goes to shoulder, the other arm turns 180 degrees or as close as you can get to place the globe on the horizon. The opposite arm comes to the shoulder, and you turn as best you can, turning on the stomach. Elbows to waist, and your arms and flat palms move out at 45 degrees. Don't lean into the movement, stay vertically aligned. Feel the air as you push it away from you. Feel the air passing through your fingers. Calm your mind, breathing quietly. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. New move coming. Now you turn the palm so that you gaze steadfastly at the palm. 45 degrees, palms change position. In this movement, both palms face each other as they transition at the end of the movement. Vertical back, head follows torso. Stay focused, looking at the palm directly ahead of you on the horizon as it traverses the horizon. Cloud hands. Imagine your hands resemble clouds passing through the sky. Breathe quietly. Quieten your mind. You're turning on the stomach. New movement. Both hands push out. Leg forward. You tilt down and you scoop up, leaning back on your back leg. Leaning as far as you feel able on your forward leg. You're not bending here. You're simply tilting on the pelvis. The pelvis simply tilts at an angle forward. Depending on how you feel, how far you can go back. Change legs. For some, you might just do a gentle, subtle movement. For others, you might be able to be a little bit more expansive. Breathing out. Breathing in. Now you're pushing straight ahead, palms flat, back heel flat, pulling back, sinking down slightly and pushing up slightly. Back heel and front toe coming off the ground. Playing with waves. Come back with your palms flat, sink and push. Change legs. Breathing out. Breathing in. Focus on the rhythm. New movement coming. As you lean back and forwards, your arms come back and forwards like the wings of a bird. If you notice, you'll notice that the torso is driving the movement. By relaxing your arms and knuckles and elbows completely, they simply follow the movement of your torso. Breathing quietly. Calm your mind. New movement coming. Elbows come to your waist. Soft fists. As you punch out, the fist turns and returns again. So coming out with your fist up, it turns, knuckles up, turns over and comes back. Stay straight. Check your knees are flexed. Check your lower back and spine, and your tailbone is sinking towards the floor. calm down. Go slowly. It's not how fast you can be, it's how slow, how thoughtful. Slowing your mind down, slowing your breath down. New movement coming. Arms float up above your head and coming up slightly on your toes and breathing out, sinking down. Feel your whole torso pushing down into your thighs. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in. How high you come up on your toes is entirely up to you. It can be just a gentle increase, or it can be more substantial. Coming up on your toes, sinking down like the bird. Bird flying above the treetops, looking down at the trees below. New move coming. Tilt on your pelvis as though you're a tree, willow tree, dappling its branches in the river below. You pick up a ball and you turn the ball either behind your head, over, or in front of your head. Keep turning around and sinking down with straight legs. Coming down again, turning. Flex your knees slightly, turning, pushing up. Feel the twisting, stretching in your back, your muscles. Now we're going to go in the other direction, sinking down. One more in this direction. Turning around. And we turn, come down again. Turning and coming up. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. New move coming. Now one arm and the opposite leg will rise and you come up on your toe. Oops. Coming up. You just come slightly up on your heel. How far you come up is entirely up to you. It's a kind of synchronicity as your knee rises and starts to fall. You come up on your toe. As we come into the final movement, you imagine you take hold of a ball of ideas, of laughter, of colours, of feelings. Breathing in, tip the ball over, and you breathe out, pushing the energy down through your body. Breathing in, and breathing out, slowly pushing down through your body. Breathing in, and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out, allowing the light, the laughter, the colours to pass through every part of your body, smiling inwardly. And when we're ready, we can take a meditative stance, sinking our tailbone, flexing our knees, soft shoulders, head looking forward, relaxing the shoulders down. Breathing in slowly and breathing out slowly through the nose. And in just a moment, I'm going to be able to go through the movement once more. only this time with less instruction. And follow along, following the breathing in and breathing out pattern, stretching to your capability, don't overstretch. Seek softness, flex to your knees, feel your torso weight passing down through your thighs, feel your spine straight, your head perfect. And for this time you can practice with the tongue slightly on the top of the roof of your mouth. Relax, breathing quiet, getting ready to go, and here we go. Breathing in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. You move. Out. In. 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 Out. Breathing in. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. in, out, 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 in, and you move out, in, 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 you move, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, New mood coming. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. In. Breathing out. In. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. In, out, in, out, in, out, in. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, out, in, in, out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, and breathing out. Breathing in, and breathing out. Breathing in, and breathing out. In Oops. Breathing in. Breathing in. Breathing in. Just breathing quietly. Calm your mind. Feel a smile within your body, rising up, tipping over, and cascading down through the body, through the torso, down through your legs, down through your feet. Maybe colours, smiles, chuckles, and laughter. Pull that down through your body. Smiling as you're coming up, breathing out as you go down. And just take a few more minutes to quietly breathe, smile internally, smiling at every part of your body, relaxing, sinking down towards the earth. And when you're ready, you can step out of the posture and get ready for the day ahead.